Over the next several minutes, I will present to you a series of circumstances that combine to form what could only be called the perfect storm of opportunity. The wealthiest people in the world all agree that video communications and energy deregulation are the next great wealth trends. The wealthiest person on the planet is Mr. Carlos Slim, and he made his fortune in the telecommunications industry. The rapid growth in the wireless industry, combined with the development of video phone technologies, makes this the industry of the future. The day will soon come where we will always expect to see the person to whom we're speaking. The second wealthiest person on the planet, Mr. Bill Gates, made his fortune in technology. When asked recently what industry would create the next Bill Gates, he rightly identified technology as one of those fields, but then he quickly stated that the energy industry will create some of the greatest fortunes ever attained. The greatest investor of all time and the third wealthiest human on the planet, Mr. Warren Buffett himself, identified energy deregulation as the largest transfer of wealth in world history. When Mr. Buffett speaks, the world listens. If the three wealthiest people on the planet all agree that telecommunications, technology, and energy are going to create the next great fortunes, who are we to argue? All we need to do is get pre-positioned. But how? What if there was a company that was leveraging all three of these trends? And what if that company allowed average people like you and I to profit from these trends? Would you take the time to listen? My name is Rasmussen, and I'm a senior vice president with a company called ACN. I'm also a former public accountant with a master's degree in business. Several years ago, out of frustration, I began looking at alternate ways to make an income. I had done the tax returns for wealthy people, and I began to realize that wealthy people did something that the poor and middle class did not do. Wealthy people used residual income and leverage to produce time and money freedom for them and their families. I decided that if I wanted to be wealthy, it was best to do what other wealthy people were doing. I was introduced to the concept of ACN through a tax client of mine. He told me that using the concept called ACN, I could actually get paid when people paid essential monthly bills. I thought that getting paid when people paid bills sounded pretty smart. I got started part-time, and today the rest is history. Today, when over 75,000 different people pay a public utility bill, our family gets a percentage of 75,000 different bills each and every month. Now, the company that makes all this possible is a company called ACN. And ACN has perfectly positioned themselves in front of a $1.8 trillion a year industry. ACN is already the best of what they do. They are the world's largest direct-selling telecommunications company and the single largest video phone company in the world today. ACN already has thousands of employees and millions of customers on 4 different continents and in 23 different countries around the world. ACN has 3 former attorneys general on their legal staff to make sure that they abide by laws in 23 different countries around the world. ACN has offices around the globe to support the operations of tens of thousands of independent representatives around the globe. And ACN's been represented and documented in a who's who of business journals: Success Magazine, Inc. Magazine, Fortune Magazine. A matter of fact, ACN just broke a record, becoming the first company in history to be featured for 5 consecutive years in Success from Home magazine. Now, the trends that ACN are leveraging are the video and telecommunications revolution. It's the future of telecommunications. Very few people today have this type of technology. In the future, everyone will be communicating using video and voice. Don't we all have friends and family members we'd like to see and speak to more than we get to today? Would Christmas this last year have been different if you had had an ACN digital video phone, and every time you opened a gift you were able to share that experience with friends and family members instead of just tell them about it later? The Iris 5000 digital video phone is the most technologically advanced digital video device in the world today. You may have recently seen this device featured on ABC's The View, or on Fox Business News, or even on The Celebrity Apprentice on NBC television. We are the world's largest seller of this patented technology, and we control the world's largest digital video and voice network. And with ACN Wireless, you can even participate in the wireless revolution. ACN is becoming a major global wireless provider, allowing consumers in Australia competitive plans, the latest handsets, ACN to ACN calling benefits, and superior call increments over the competitor. Imagine getting paid when somebody sends a text message or makes a mobile phone call. And with ACN Energy, you have a chance to profit from the global deregulation of the energy markets. Energy deregulation globally is the largest transfer of wealth the planet's ever seen. The great monopolies around the world have been broken up, allowing competition where competition never existed before, allowing consumers choice on their electricity and gas providers. Imagine the same quality, the same reliability, but discounts off the bill. ACN already offers energy services in Canada and in Europe, and are rapidly expanding in Australia, New Zealand, and in the United States. Could you imagine getting paid every time that somebody turns on a light or cooks their dinner? ACN Energy is going to be a major alternate energy provider globally, and you can benefit. The day may come where you can drive home at night and every light that you see that's on in your neighborhood will represent a personal cash register for you and your family, because you get paid when people turn on lights and cook their dinner. Now, the rest of the world is about to get introduced to the same information you just received. ACN's making history. With ACN being featured on primetime television for over 2 hours, tens of millions of people are going to see what you just saw. You can either be in early or get in late. The choice is yours. The simple truth is that you are already involved in all these industries. The problem is that until now, you've always been on the paying side. If you'd like to get onto the making side and take advantage of these trends, then get back to the person who introduced you to this information to get all of the details. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you at the top.